So how much of a factor will Humayun Kabir be in the state of West Bengal? How much will he be able to divide the Muslim vote bank? Is he an actual threat to Mamata Banerjee? Let's take all the questions to our panelists this evening. Joining me, Dr. Shatrupa, spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party, Tauseef Rehman, spokesperson, TMC, and Shikha Mukherjee, political commentator. I'd like to bring in Ms. Mukherjee first. Shikha Mukherjee, for somebody who's keenly watched Bengal politics for decades now, what do you make of Humayun Kabir?
No, Humayun Kabir is a maverick. He's a political maverick. He's jumped parties multiple times. But that said, Humayun Kabir has now decided that he is a community leader. He thinks that he can play the Muslim card to make his presence vital to West Bengal's politics. And that is what he's talking about, winning 90 seats, becoming the kingmaker, etc. Is that the reality? I doubt it. Because, first and foremost, one has to check whether Humayun Kabir's support in terms of votes actually extends beyond his own constituency. Yes, he has received a huge enthusiastic rallying of Muslims for the foundation laying stone of the Babri Masjid in Beldanga. But does that really translate into votes for him? Does that translate into votes across West Bengal and his prospective party? And can he actually handle it? Let me see why I'm raising the question. The question arises because long before he launched his party, he was cozying up to, of all people, the CPIM and saying, why don't we join hands? He was cozying up to the CPI to ask the same question. He was cozying up to the Congress. So clearly he thinks that he is, he needs that kind of respectability of having very respectable partners. And B, he thinks that he needs their support in order to make himself even a leader, forget about being a Muslim leader.
All right, so what would be the lot of Humayun Kabir? I'm going to circle back and ask you that question, Shikha Mukherjee. Many are looking at him as possibly the Owaisi factor. Some would have thought in the state of Bihar that the minority vote was consolidating behind the Mahagathbandhan, despite an overt quoting of the Muslim vote by the Mahagathbandhan. There was disaffection, and it showed when the Muslim population in Bihar voted, because despite of AIMIM not being with the Mahagathbandhan, many thought the AIMIM a better voice of what their lot and their concern was than the Mahagathbandhan. Can he prove to be that in the state of Bihar is something that needs to be debated. But I want to bring in right now the TMC spokesperson, Tauseef Rehman. 27%, at least as per the last census in 2011, was the Muslim vote, and this is where it stands. Political analysts would feel that Mamata Banerjee usually started from that 25% because this vote had strongly rallied behind Mamata Banerjee. They found now a new community leader. How much of a spoiler for the Muslim vote can it be for Mamata Banerjee?
Good evening, Preetiji, and good evening to all my fellow panelists. Well, you see, when you name this so-called factors, leaders, and community leaders, I don't see them as a community leader. I just see them as an opportunity leader, because I don't understand the intention and what kind of politics they want to do. Because sometimes they are in BJP, sometimes they are coming in Trinamool Congress, promising that there will be no communal tension and they will be very secular. But end of the day, they show their true color, because Bengal is all about secularism. Bengal is not about communism. Bengal is all about equality. Bengal is all about all the religions are working together, having fun together, and spreading not hatred, but instead of spreading love altogether. So I have no such expectation from Humayun Kabir, whether he's a community leader or whatsoever. And yes, if he's launching a party, that's his democratic right. No one can stop anyone, because when during 2021 also, you remember, like this so-called factor leaders came in front, even from Hyderabad, even from Bengal itself. some Muslim leaders also they arrive, but you have to understand there is only one leader, whether it belongs to majority or minority, and that is Mamata Banerjee. Because because when you
Okay.
work for the people, when you live for the people, and when you dream for the people, there is no factor. There is only factor. It's about development, development, and development. Whether you bring SIR, you bring all those scams and everything, but that doesn't stand in front of the court as well. Because this is the same BJP who was jumping with SSC. This is the same BJP who was jumping with so many borders खुले हैं आपके, आप borders बंद नहीं करते हैं, हमारे पास घुसपैठिया है. You tell me now, how many घुसपैठिया have been caught till date? There is only 33,000 घुसपैठिया since
Okay.
2014 to 2025 as per Kiran Rijiju ji, not per Tauseef Rehman. So, Preeti ji, it is very clear.
Okay.
My party, my leader is not concerned with anything. Yes, if Trinamool Congress fails to deliver to the people, then yes, that's a factor. If we cannot work for the people,
Okay.
if we cannot work for the Bengali, and if we get scared to those Bangla Birodhis who think about themselves, they are like some zamindar, that's a different factor altogether.
Okay. All right, I want to bring in Dr. Shatrupa. Dr. Shatrupa, this could very well suit the BJP. There's a huge set that actually looks at the emergence of this new party, the emergence of Humayun Kabir as a possible community leader, as nothing more than what has been labelled for, Asaduddin Owaisi and the AIMIM, which is the team B of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Chip away at the Muslim votes where you try and consolidate the Hindu vote bank.
Good evening, Preeti, Shikha, Tauseef, everybody. No, I really don't know why this is. I mean, I think for the sake of convenience, Trinamool is trying to label Humayun Kabir as our B team. But if you look at the track record, Humayun Kabir has been with Trinamool for now quite some time. Humayun Kabir has been making peculiar, the hate comments about throwing away Hindus into the Bhagirathi. Mamata Banerjee kept shut. She allowed it to happen. Humayun Kabir has been talking nonsense about Mamata Banerjee, about a rift between her and Abhishek Banerjee. Mamata Banerjee kept quiet. Yeah, there was some kind of a show about some show cause and, you should not, him being admonished. But Humayun Kabir remained Humayun Kabir. There was absolutely no change. What struck us is very odd was on a land of so-called secularism, which Tauseef and Shikha will keep on eulogizing. This land has now become nothing more than a eulogized land for these kind of people who want to bring in hatred, who want to fan communalism, and on the top of it, they want to make a masjid which is called Babri Masjid. Out of all things, yes, you can build whatever you want to, but who's giving the land? Who's sanctioning the land? If the Trinamool government did not sanction the land, you really think somebody could be making a Babri Masjid there? Number two, the amount of cash that has been coming in. It is not possible. It is not possible for somebody to get in some 14 chests of cash unless the government is behind them. This is all very clear that Mamata Banerjee has got somehow, she's an astute politician. She smells the land. She understands politics way before anybody else does. And I'm saying this as a BJP spokesperson. Mamata Banerjee has been hearing comments like, Humayun Kabir's people have been saying that Mamata Banerjee hasn't done enough for the Muslims. So therefore, Mamata Banerjee, being the astute politician that she is, goes ahead and allows Humayun Kabir to make another team, and knowing fully well they are going to kiss and forget the rest of it, forget all this.
So you're saying
going to happen, and they're going to join hands at the end of the day. Really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to Bharatiya Janata Party because 2026 people of West Bengal have decided to throw this government out. Mamata Banerjee, Humayun Kabir at all. Everybody will go. It will be now our turn to serve the people.
So you're practically suggesting this is a This is a Furfura Sharif moment like it was the last time around, and ultimately it will all come together is what you're seeming to suggest. I want to bring in Shikha Mukherjee back into this conversation because Ms. Mukherjee, if you look at other states, now there is a clear disenchantment that the Muslim community has with the opposition, if one might call it the India Alliance or the Mahagathbandhan, where they feel that they are not really speaking or picking up or speaking for the cause of the Muslims, where they'd rather, invest their vote in an Asaduddin Owaisi who doesn't even have any, is not even a stakeholder, possibly at power, and they feel him being a better representative, at least with what happened in Bihar. Why do you see things are different this time around? Because last time around as well, there were murmurs and the Muslim community is not very happy with Mamata Banerjee. There was the Furfura Sharif moment which happened. Similar, grievances being aired this time as well.
Okay, two things. One is that 2021 elections, and this time it's going to be a little different. Number one, because of the SIR and who is this Ghuspetia, and are Muslims, all the Muslims in West Bengal, how many of them are Ghuspetias and whatever. So there is a problem there. However, what you're asking is, will Humayun Kabir sort of cut into Mamata Banerjee's so-called Muslim vote bank? The problem is that the appeal is not, the debate is not about the Muslim vote bank. The Muslim vote bank has been with Mamata Banerjee despite the fact that they have a lot of problems with how she has been dealing with their problems, their issues, their concerns, their aspirations. Just as they had with the CPM. One of these days they're going to walk off. But is this the moment? I doubt it. The second thing is that there is also a counter-consolidation which is expected of the Hindu vote bank. Now, this is something which is crucial to West Bengal's politics and West Bengal's elections going forward to 2026. I mean, if you look at the narrative at the moment, it is all about how the gap in the number of votes polled by the BJP and the TMC is being narrowed thanks to the SIR. Are these the Hindu votes that the BJP is talking about? What votes are they talking about? Anyway, all of this is going to play out in the next 4 months.
Okay.
At the moment, I absolutely do not see the Muslim vote consolidating behind a Humayun Kabir, because like the Furfura Sharif moment, nothing happened because Humayun Kabir is a maverick. One doesn't know where he's going to be in the next few months. Is he going to be? He's reached out to everybody, including the AIMIM. So if he's reached out to Owaisi and he's reached out to
so he's a bit of a political shapeshifter, and people might not have that kind of trust in him, at least this time around, is what you're seeming to suggest. Okay, I want to cut across to the TMC spokesperson, bring him back into this conversation, because with what Ms. Mukherjee is speaking of, at one end, of course, you have Humayun Kabir, who's looking at, even if it is a marginal chipping away of the Muslim vote, but what's happening is a counter-polarization of the Hindu vote. The SIR could very well be one factor of that, but there is another factor as well, which might aid to this Hindu consolidation, which is playing out as we speak in a country like Bangladesh, where one can clearly see polarization, communal violence, and it is echoing right now in the state of West Bengal, which doesn't quite augur well for a Mamata Banerjee.
But Preetiji, I don't understand, but why are we so much focusing with the minority and the majority if someone is going to make his own party, if someone is going to make a mosque? As my sister Shatrupa ji said, that why the government is sanctioning those land. But those lands doesn't belong to the government. It doesn't belong to HITCO. It doesn't belong to PWD or whatsoever. It's a private land and someone wants to give that land to make A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, whatsoever. So how can we interfere? You know, when Humayun Kabir got 3 show cause later, when earlier he said that hum to apna naya party banayega. Okay, that's his democratic right if he want to do it. But on the very 5th of December, when he claimed that hum kuch karne wale hai, we suspended Humayun Kabir. So I don't understand why are we making Humayun Kabir with such a fuss. anyone can make a masjid, anyone can make a church, anyone can make a mandir. Ram Ji ki mandir bana lijiye aap. I'll be very happy. I'll also donate some money. At the same time, I can donate some money for the church as well. I can donate some money for the mosque as well if someone wants to do it. But the problem is the name. So here why TMC suspended Humayun Kabir. TMC never suspended Humayun Kabir because he was making a mosque. TMC suspended Humayun Kabir with that name. So you cannot play with someone's sentiment. And he's not a hero at all. If he thinks that he's going to dent Trinamool Congress, that's a dream. Because this same type of people we have seen in 2021 as well. Preeti ji, the most important, if you can ask me something, you can ask me about the development. You can ask me about Sheba Shri, which is happening right now in West Bengal, where lakhs and lakhs of people are getting free medical treatment. So this is
I'm sure that's what you'd want to talk about. I'm sure that's what you want to talk about, but that is not something that the BJP would like to speak of, because right now, at least, because
BJP doesn't believe in
Dr. Shatrupa, the BJP doesn't, the criticism is that the BJP doesn't quite have its house in order in terms of leadership. You're banking on the SIR, number one, and you're hoping what's playing across the border in Bangladesh finds resonance and echo in West Bengal, and you can counter-consolidate the Hindu vote.
No, Preeti, I think I'll have to congratulate you on trying to get an insight, or even trying to, decipher what BJP mindset is. You're even trying to get a peek into our household, which is not really very fair. We have our house in order. We know that we've already
I accept the congratulations, Dr. Shatrupa.
Yeah. No, the point here is that leave our organization to ourselves. We are perfectly capable. We are already into election mode. So, I'm not going to discuss that now, but I just want to point out two things. One is, of course, Shikha, being the sophisticated person that she is, used a very, sensible word for maverick, which I don't think is the right way to describe an opportunist like Humayun Kabir, who has been, I just want to point out, Tauseef here, there was absolutely no reason. No reason at least was issued. The showcase was simply because he was just going on and on abusing Mamata Banerjee. That was the last line. But Humayun Kabir has been constantly ridiculing the Hindu sentiments, pointing out that Mamata Banerjee has done nothing for the Muslims. Please stop this. I never interrupted.
Okay, please allow.
I'm sorry for that.
She did not interrupt you, Tauseef Rehman. Can I just get the BJP spokesperson? I should have had my timer on today, but okay. Go ahead. Make your point.
One more thing. Yes, you also said that we are relying on SIR. SIR is something that I don't know what the other people have been saying, but SIR is a complete electoral procedure. It is a constitutional procedure. It will happen on its own. Where the infiltrators are, that is something that the Election Commission will answer probably after all the hearings are over. But having said that, I am somebody who's right down on the ground level, working with the people right on the ground. There is a sentiment in Bengal now. A similar sentiment appeared in 1977 when Bengal was ready to shift from Congress to somebody else. They were not sure of CPM, but they voted the left in. When they're stuck with the left for 34 years, now in 2011 again, the year in fact I had contested Vidhan Sabha from Baligan.
All right, so you're saying the sentiment is the year of the change. I want to just take final comments.
This is it. This is
so now you're saying that the sentiment has finally built up.
So therefore,
what the BJP had hoped for in 2021 is going to reach fruition in 2026.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. The one last sentence.
Ma'am, I'll come back to you. I'm taking final comments. I'll come back to you. Taking final comments. Very quickly, Dr. Shikha Mukherjee, encapsulate on what can we witness in the next 3 months as we go into elections in West Bengal. Please make it short, ma'am. We're going to go one minute to all of our panelists.
We are going to see the SIR process reach some kind of end. We are going to see who are these suspicious voters, because we have a deleted category, an unmapped category, the ASD, and now something called a suspicious voter. It all depends on who is going to decide what are the grounds of suspicion. So the two things will happen. One, the Ghuspetia, infiltrator, the Muslim demographic invasion, etc. This is going to play out on a very, very high decibel note. That is for sure. On the other hand, there is going to be
all right.
a counter consolidation around how the center and the state negotiate with each other, starting with the renaming of Ji Ram Ji as the Mahatma Shri program in West Bengal.
Okay.
It's all going to play out on identities, one communal, the other Bengali.
Regional. All right, we're going to leave it at that. 1 minute each for both the party spokespersons. TMC spokesperson, go first. Please limit it to 1 minute, sir. Make your point.
Preeti ji, before you end the show and before I go, I'm really sorry, Shatrupa ji. I never wanted to interfere, but I wanted to support you. Whenever these BJP people said that Hindu khatre mein hai, and Humayun Kabir was talking some shit about some majority Hindus, we are not going to tolerate that. No one is under khatra. मुझे समझ में नहीं आता 2014 के बाद से हिंदू खतरे में कैसे आ गया? And we are there for the majority, we are there for the minority, and no one is under any threat. This is the reason why we had to suspend this guy, Humayun Kabir. Not because he was attacking the Hindus, but he is attacking the sentiments of the Muslims as well. And we are a secular party, Shatrupa ji. We are a secular party, Preeti ji. We will not tolerate any kind of thought process like Humayun Kabir. Whether he makes
hard cut. 1 minute, Dr. Shatrupa, make your point.
I'm going to just sum it up.
Can I just get the BJP spokesperson now? 1 minute, ma'am. Go ahead.
I will sum up in less than 1 minute. The people of West Bengal have decided that they're completely fed up with a party which is doing blind appeasement, is into so much of corruption, who's lying to the core or to every single issue. And most important, if you look at Mamata, forget about what anybody else is saying. You're an intelligent journalist. Just keep on watching Mamata Banerjee's body language. She is an astute politician, like I told you. She understands that now the ground below her feet is very badly shaken up. So I think if the people can vote, which election commission will ensure that the voting will happen properly, I think Trinamool is on its way out.
Okay. All right, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to keenly follow, watch and report on the West Bengal elections, and you'll get everything first right here on India Today.